Hi Team Grade 4, it's your self-proclaimed favorite mathematics teacher, Miss Aaliyah Brewster. Welcome to another edition of Grade 4 Mathematics. Today's topic is statistics and we're zooming in on tally chart. But before we begin today's lesson, I'll be singing a song for you. The name of the song is Tally Marks. It is sung to the tune of Jingle Bells and it was written by the Primary Paradise. Tally marks, they're easy as can be. 1, 2, 3, 4, cross under 5. Come on, oh come on, and try it with me. Tally marks, they're easy as can be. Okay, boys and girls, I trust you would have enjoyed that song, and like the song said, it's easy as can be. But what are tally marks? Tally marks are a quick way of keeping track of numbers in groups of 5. One vertical line is made for each of the first 4 numbers. The 5th number is represented by a diagonal line across the previous 4. For example, looking at the chart, you'll see how tally numbers vary from the regular numbers that we are accustomed to writing. 1 stroke represents the numeral 1, and it goes on like that until we reach 4. We have 4 strokes. However, for 5, there's a diagonal line that is drawn across the 4 strokes or the 4 lines, and it goes on and on and on. Here is an activity that you can try on your own. First, I'd like you to match the numbers to their correct tally mark, and then you're going to count and write the correct tally mark for the photographs. Good luck. When you're finished, I'll be back to discuss. Let's verify your answer, boys and girls. For the first activity, you were asked to match the numbers to their correct tally mark. So here we have the first number is numeral 2, and the tally mark for numeral 2 is 2 lines, 2 vertical lines. Then the tally mark for number 3 is 3 vertical lines. Next, the tally mark for numeral 1 is 1 vertical line, while the tally mark for numeral 4 is 4 vertical lines. And finally, for numeral 5, the tally mark is 4 vertical lines and 1 diagonal line across them. Next, you were asked to count and write the correct tally marks for the photographs. The first one depicts a total of 14 lollipops. To write 14, we have to put 2 5s and 4 singles. So we have two symbols that represent the numeral 5 and then the 4 vertical symbols to represent the numeral 4. And that's how we write the number 14 using tally marks. And for number 2, we have a total of 10 whistles. To represent the numeral 10, we're going to use the tally mark for 5 and we're going to write that mark 2 times. By now you should know the tally mark for the numeral 5 is 4 vertical strokes and a horizontal one across them. Okay, so we have that written twice and that represents the numeral 10 because 5 plus 5 is 10, so it makes sense. For the third one, we have a total of 12 whistles. So what we do, we're going to write the symbol that represents numeral 5 twice, and that will be equal to 10, but we also need to write 2 single vertical strokes to make it 12. And finally, we're looking at the kites. Now, to represent the 5 kites, we're going to simply write the tally mark for the numeral 5. Again, remember, the tally mark for the numeral 5 is 4 vertical lines and a diagonal line crossing them. If you got all of your answers correct, congratulations, well done. It's time for us to move on to tally chart. What is a tally chart? A tally chart is a table used for counting and comparing the numbers of multiple classes of a set of data. Tally charts are used to collect data quickly and efficiently, since filing a chart with marks is much speedier than writing words. The format also lends itself nicely to collecting data in subgroups, which can be useful. It also makes keeping track of the total number much easier, as you can simply count the groups of tally marks by 5. Let's look at an example of a tally chart. This tally chart is portraying a sample of children's favorite candy. From the tally chart, we see a total of 6 children like chocolate bars, while 4 children preferred fruit-flavored hard candy, and 2 children prefer chocolate with caramel inside. Ooh, sounds delicious. And 3 children prefer butterscotch-flavored chews. And finally, 1 child prefers neither of the flavored candy. And that's all to it, children. Tally charts are quite simple and easy to understand. Now let's work an activity. Here we have a scenario, a tally chart, and some questions to answer. It's quite simple, we can do them together. The scenario is, Judy works in a shoe store in Georgetown. The tally chart shows how many pairs of shoes of each type were sold by Judy on Sunday. Use this information from the tally chart to answer the questions. Okay? Let's take a moment to observe the tally chart and to recognize for ourselves the amount of each type of shoe that was sold. We're going to begin with the wedges, the first type of shoe. Now, tally marks are easy to count in groups of 5. So instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're going to count in groups of 5, okay? So the total number of wedges is 5, 10, 15, 20, and 1, 21. Very good. Now the total number of sneakers is 5 and 1, which is 6. The total number of flip-flops that were sold is 5, 10, and 2, which is going to give us 12. While the total number of boots is 3, and the total number of dress shoes is 5, 10, 15, and 2 would give us 17. Now that we have that figured out, it's time for us to answer the questions. How many wedges were sold by Judy? Think. How many wedges were sold by Judy? The answer, 21 wedges were sold by Judy. Question 2. Which was the most popular shoe? The wedges was the most popular shoe. Question 3. Which type of footwear was sold the least? Boots was sold the least. How many pairs of dress shoes did Judy sell on Sunday? So this question is asking us to identify how many pairs of dress shoes were sold on Sunday. Okay, so we're going to look at the dress shoe section, and we see Judy sold 17 dress shoes on Sunday. The final question, how many pairs of shoes did she manage to sell in total? Find the total, we have to add all the sales. Okay, so let's count in fives and add the sales. So we're only going to count the tally marks that represent 5, and then we're going to leave the single ones and count them last. Good, so let's begin. We're counting in 5. Okay, so we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Good. So all the tally marks that are in groups of 5 is equivalent to 50. Now let's count the singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. So 50 plus 9 is 59. So boys and girls, a total of 59 pairs of shoes were sold in total. Wow, Judy really worked hard on Sunday. That's all for today's session, boys and girls. It was truly a pleasure to be here with you. Remember the words of Paul Halmos, the only way to learn mathematics is to do mathematics. This means that you must make time to practice and to study to make sure that you understand every topic. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and goodbye.